are you doing? Is what you want not worth being disciplined? Is what you want not worth taking a risk? Is it not worth going after it and possibly failing and possibly making mistakes? If it's not, what are you doing? What do you think this life is about? How much time do you think that you have? If you're younger than me and you're watching this video, the best advice that I can give you is don't wait till you see the horizon before you start sprinting. Know that life is going to end at some point. Damon here from NLP Gym. Motivation, giving it everything you've got. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. I get compliments a lot of times from people saying, wow, you seem really motivated, you really get things done, you're very disciplined. When I hear these compliments, at first I find them kind of strange. I don't want to come off as being so detached and disconnected from knowing where these people are coming from, because I definitely came from this place. There was definitely a time where I wasn't getting a lot done, I wasn't very disciplined, and I wasn't very motivated. For me, it had to do with living in scarcity, living in fear. It came from more of like a mindset of surviving rather than thriving. What I was afraid of was making mistakes. I was afraid of getting out there and doing things. It felt like if I made a wrong move or a mistake, that I could lose everything that I gained, everything that I had built up, which wasn't that much. I lived in that life of scarcity, so I wasn't very motivated. After making many mistakes, after many of the things that I feared the most came true, and I was still alive and I was still fine and I wasn't completely broke, I realized I can get out there and I can do the things that I want to do. I can at least attempt to create the life that I desire. The same mistakes that I was trying to prevent from happening were happening anyway. So I might as well, if I'm going to have those mistakes, I might as well get out there and really try and really do the things that I want to do. I'm not a millionaire. I don't even own my own home. But to me, I am freer and I have more wealth than a millionaire or most millionaires. I live a life of doing what I want to do, mostly doing what I want to do. Of course, there are some things that I have to do that I don't want to do. And all of this is because I live by my own standard. I don't live by the standard of society. I don't live by other people's standard or even the standard that my parents wanted me to live by. That freedom will be found in discovering what your own standard of living is and your own standard of how you want to live and who you want to be and the life that you want to create for yourself. Once I cleared all of that stuff out, well, motivation is really easy. It even becomes not even a question of motivation. It just becomes a matter of, I'm curious about what I can do. I'm curious about when I try this, what is going to happen. I'm curious about what kind of life can I create, and in the attempt to create the life I desire, what do I learn, what do I discover that alters my direction, alters my course. And in that process of discovering myself and discovering what I really want, you start to realize that some of the things you want aren't exactly what you want. They were what somebody else wanted. And that is so freeing to be able to let go of those things, or to let go of what society values and really discover what it is that you value. And sometimes that takes chasing some of those dreams, some of those values and outcomes that society tells you is important, or your parents tell you is important, or other people tell you is important. Sometimes you have to go chase those and realize that's not what you really want. And you have to, sometimes you'll accomplish it and realize it's not what you want. Sometimes you'll fail at it miserably until you realize it's not what you want. But that's a beautiful thing, because then you get to discover what it is you want. And then once you do that, it's not even a question of motivation. You just naturally will gravitate toward what it is that you want. And so that might be you getting up an hour early to get that. That might be you staying up an hour early to work harder to get whatever it is that you want. But these things are not as much about willpower as I think most people think motivation is about. Willpower will get you started, but you need to have something else quickly after that, because willpower will only last so long. Knowing what you want, enjoying going after what you want is going to be the key here. So when people pay me compliments, like saying I'm motivated, I'm disciplined, you're a go-getter, The question I have for those people is, what else would I be doing otherwise? And what are you doing? Is what you want not worth being disciplined? Is what you want not worth taking a risk? Is it not worth going after it and possibly failing and possibly making mistakes? If it's not, what are you doing? What do you think this life is about? How much time do you think that you have? If you're younger than me and you're watching this video, the best advice that I can give you is don't wait till you see the horizon before you start sprinting. Know that life is going to end at some point. You're not going to live forever. And that someday, you don't know when that someday is, that you're no longer going to be alive. If you're fortunate enough to live until you die of old age, I'm 38, I'll be 39 in a few months. I'm about halfway there. So if you're my age and you're watching this and you haven't started sprinting, you haven't started making your life your own and really going after what it is you want, creating the life that you want, just know that you have about 40 to 50 years to make that happen. And just know that the last 20 years of your life are not going to be as full of energy as the next 20 years of your life. So if you're waiting for something, just know that your energy levels are just going to go down from here. The last 20 years of your life, you're not going to be able to do as much. You won't have as healthy of a body to do what you can do now. So now's the time, because the next 20 years, you either make those count or you don't. If you're older than me and you're watching this video, it is never too late to reconnect to that energy. It's never too late to reconnect to what it is that you want. As long as you're alive, you can do this. As long as you're alive, you can create the life that you desire. I don't care if you're 80 years old. Now is always the time. Give life everything you've got, because if you give any less, you're only cheating yourself, and you're only cheating the people around you who could benefit from the value you have to offer. Check out our website, nlp-gym.com. Follow us on Facebook for real-time updates on workshops and free practice sessions. My last workshop of this year, the last workshop for NLP Gym for the year 2016, will happen October 22nd and 23rd. However, the early bird discount ends October 9th. That'll be Sunday at midnight. The early bird discount ends, so you want to sign up for that right now. If you like this video, please click like right down here and leave a comment or a question. I will follow up with you. Stay tuned to the end of this video so you can get your hands on a free NLP online training. Take care.